Hello besties, welcome back to my channel. My name's Alex if you're new here. This is not a typical style video for me. I'm normally very much into the vlogs, the what I eat in a day, the out and about, never just like a sit down and full chat. We all know I'm a little bit yappy and I've got my chats within my videos, but I get so many questions and I figured it would just make life easier to sit down and kind of just have a face-to-face chat with you guys, answer some questions. I did a Q&A on Instagram, I did a couple actually, and just answer some of my most commonly asked questions, things you guys want to know, whether it be about my health and fitness journey, my modeling career, moving to New York City, all of the above and everything in between. I just wanted to sit down and chat with you guys. I'm hoping this will be like kind of podcasty. I've never done a Q&A, but I've always wanted to start a podcast and I feel like this is like a podcast vibe. So hi, welcome to my room. I hope you guys are cozy and settled in. I did not pre-plan out any of my answers. I've just read through these questions like a half of a time because I really just want everything to be as real and honest as possible. So just know that if I'm rambling and yapping and things don't make sense, it's because I don't like to pre-plan. I like to be authentic. Let's just get right into it. I get a lot of questions about my eating habit. If you guys don't know, I struggled a lot with my relationship with food and I always was kind of yo-yo dieting. I would go from one extreme to another. I went from having severe under eating problems because I started modeling at 18 to going the complete opposite and pounding protein, pounding the gym, pounding everything and not caring about ingredients, not listening to my body, just thinking more food is better, and I just didn't feel good in my own skin. And then kind of found where I am now about 2 years ago, my healthy balance of understanding my hunger cues, understanding intuitive eating, understanding intuitive exercise, and that's kind of where I am now. I ended up losing probably about 20-25 pounds during that whole adventure. That wasn't even honestly the goal of it. The goal was just to feel better, and in that my body kind of found its natural set point. So I get a lot of questions about food because I talk about that a lot on my Instagram and TikTok. So let's chat. A lot of people are asking me how to eat with no hunger cues, how to understand your hunger cues when it comes to food, how to know when you're full, how to eat intuitively. So I'm gonna start there. It's not easy. It took me a long time and I still practice every day to understand my hunger cues and understand how to eat intuitively. A lot of people have questions about it and they wonder, well, if I'm just eating intuitively, how is that gonna make me healthier? Because all I ever crave is sweets, junk food, fries, cheeseburgers, whatever it is. For me, I'm like, okay, that's the important part, but you have to understand the mindful aspect of it. So if your body's craving something, first ask why. Are you hungry? Were you restricting that thing? Do you think maybe you're craving a cheeseburger because you haven't eaten red meat in a while? Do you think you're craving sweets because maybe you're dehydrated and you've been restricting for a while? So what I like to do is kind of when I have these cravings, when I have these moments, I like to understand why I'm doing it and how can I eat it in a way that's gonna leave me feeling A, satisfied from that craving, but B, also good in my body. Because I know for myself, when I just pig out on junk food, greasy food, whatever, I feel like shit. I literally feel like I want to sleep the rest of the day, or I just feel like oily and greasy and whatever. So what I'll do in those moments, if I'm going out to eat and I'm craving fries, I'm gonna get a healthier entree and a side of fries, or fries for the table and split it. So I'll still get my French fry fix, but also give my body the nutrients that it needs. If I'm craving sweets, yeah, I'm gonna go eat the candy or the chocolate bar or the whatever, but I'm not gonna overindulge in it, and I'm probably gonna pair it with something that'll also satisfy me more. Whether that's, if I'm eating candy, maybe I'll pair it with some sort of protein on the side. If I make like my protein butter spread, which I've talked about on my TikTok and whatever, or I'll pair it with a side of Greek yogurt or something to just kind of balance everything out. You guys know my biggest thing is balancing everything with carbs, fats, protein, and I think that's so true too. Even when you're like indulging or kind of listening to your body and eating those junk food cravings, it's still important to kind of make sure everything is well-rounded and balanced so that you aren't just finishing that and then you're like, okay, well, shoot, I'm still so hungry. Yeah, I got my sweet fix, but I'm starving, so now I'm just gonna go eat more sweets and junk food. It's all about rounding it out and staying balanced. As for understanding hunger cues, like when you're hungry and when you're not, or when you're full, that was something that I struggled with a lot. I think it's all about just really rounding and balancing it out. Kind of going along with that, people ask me a lot, how do you understand when you're full? I struggled with that a lot, and I still do. This is a day-to-day practice for me, but for me, what I have learned is to slow down my eating. I used to inhale every single bite of food, like lean over my bowl and da-da-da, and it was kind of a joke in my head, oh my god, I eat so fast. Every time I go out to dinner, like I'm the first one done and all my friends have just taken like their second bite. And then I was like, oh, that's actually kind of a problem. And I realized that that's not necessarily just a cute personality trait. It's something that's really affecting my physical health, my digestion, my mental health surrounding food. So now what I like to do is I really put importance on slowly eating, being mindful. I know they say you shouldn't watch TV, be on your phone when you're eating. I do enjoy my mental break when I'm eating, especially if it's a lunch break or whatever, but I do pay a lot of attention to taking a bite, chewing it entirely, putting my fork down between bites. I've noticed, especially kind of having the introspection of knowing what I do, I watch a lot of people around me as well who just like shove a bite of food in their mouth, and before they're even done chewing it, their next bite of food is in their mouth. And I used to do that as well, and I've realized that taking a bite, literally setting my fork down, makes me take the minute to chew the bite fully, digest. Digestion starts in the mouth. I don't know if you've heard that, but it's a thing. Your saliva is what starts breaking down the foods. It signals your body to start creating the enzymes to break down the food. So the slower that you eat and chew, the more your body has time to digest and process it. And not only that, it helps you understand when you're full, because fullness takes a minute to set in. It doesn't just come as the second you're full. You're like, oh, I'm full. It takes a while. So I find it important to take slow bites, drink some sips of water, have my conversations, and really just pay attention to, oh, now my body feels a little bit full. If I take more bites, I'm gonna be super full. So maybe I will if that's what I'm feeling. Or, okay, I'm satisfied now. I got my bites, I got my taste, and that's that. And I can always come back to it later. So I find that really important, just slowing down, paying attention to what you're eating. Tips on how to eat more frequently as someone who is busy, and what are my go-to easy meals. This is key in my life, and it's especially was key in my life when I was a full-time nurse, and it's key in my life now. Sorry if you can hear the sirens. I am the queen of meal prep, but not in the way that you're prepping full meals. I love prepping things that I can just grab easily, throw together easily. So things like my protein energy bites, I love taking those on the go. Sirens. There are a lot of protein bars that I do like, and I am very particular about the ingredients in my protein bars, so I like to bring those on the go. As for meal prep, I love prepping ingredients or parts of meals rather than an entire meal. So I like making things that I can throw together and make a different meal with it, rather than just, okay, I prepped lasagna for the week and that's what I'm having every single night of the week. Okay, I prepped these burger bowls and that's what I'm having every night of the week. I kind of like pre-prepping my chicken and my veggies and whatever, and being able to mix and match them into different bowls. So for example, I'll pre-prep chicken or pre-cook chicken, but I won't necessarily season all of it at the same time, or I'll season it in two different ways, and then use veggies and make Greek bowls one night and chicken fajitas another night. You know what I mean? So kind of just making sure that you have easily accessible ingredients, but in a way that gets you excited to eat them, and not just, oh, I'm eating the same thing for the 5th night in a row, because that's miserable. But I do find pre-roasting your vegetables, potentially pre-cooking your chicken, or just kind of having a plan of what you're gonna make, and then obviously having easy snacks on the go, whether that's fruit, nuts, energy bites, granola, everything that I love to prep. I make my protein muffins, which are great for breakfast or a quick pre-workout snack, or even a sweet treat. I just think prepping and having things easily accessible are so important. There's also so many ways to eat healthy on the go. Whether you stop at Whole Foods or even a fast food place, there's good ways to get in good nutrients and feel satisfied and healthy on the go, even if you didn't have time to prep your own stuff. Oh, I also love prepping chia seed pudding with some protein powder in it. That's another fabulous one to take on the go. How to fix relationship with food / heavy restricting / damaged metabolism. I could talk for hours on this, and I think that I kind of have already covered a little bit of what I would say in this video already. Just listen to your body. It is telling you what you need. It is telling you what you want. Try to make your life focused on things other than food. And I know that sounds way easier said than done, but when you kind of start not making food the focal point of your day-to-day, and finding hobbies and things that you love to keep you busy, to keep you mindful, to keep you grounded, you're spending time with friends or whatever, food becomes something that's still exciting and rewarding, but it's not stressful and damaging and making you wonder 24/7, okay, what's my next meal? What are we doing next? I need to know what I'm eating next. I can't go here because what am I gonna eat? You'll eat. It'll be okay. And I think that being able to just find yourself and find that your body knows what it's gonna need, eating slowly like I mentioned before, eating foods that your body is craving in a way that is satisfying as I mentioned before, these are all really important things on how to fix your relationship with food and not be stressed about how it's gonna affect you 24/7. Give in to those cravings, let your body get what it needs. Restriction, getting rid of restriction will absolutely change everything. The day that I stopped saying, oh, I can't eat this, I'll never eat a slice of bread, I can't eat carbs, I can't eat dairy, was the day that my everything changed. My mental health surrounding food, my ability to incorporate the foods that I love in a healthy way, my ability to go out to eat with friends, to eat the drunk pizza, to do the fun things. Just don't ever have any restriction. That is my number one tip. Sorry, I'm yapping quite a bit. My throat's getting dry. Kind of pivoting a little bit, maybe to more fitness and modeling style questions. How to stay positive during periods where you aren't booking jobs in the modeling world. Beats me. No, but in all honesty, the modeling world, A, is so saturated. There are so many freaking models, especially in New York City. If you think about it statistically, the chances of you booking a job when you're one of, I don't even know how many, you're not meant to book every single job. And it is way easier said than done, especially when you're sitting on the couch waiting for calls. It's not easy. I struggle with it all the time. I'm always calling my mom like, why am I not booking? Why am I not booking? But the difference in place that I am now, if you don't know, I started modeling at 18 when I was in high school, and it didn't really, like, I was kind of half doing it because I wanted to finish high school. Then I took a big break to go to college, and then after college I got back into it. And I am two completely different people than when I started to where I am now. When I started, I took everything personally. I thought every job was meant for me. I thought every casting I was gonna book, and obviously that's just not reality. And now where I'm at is I kind of look at the whole modeling industry as a game. It's just, you gotta just play the game. The more castings you go to, the more people you meet, the more directors you meet, the more chance you have to book. What's also important to know is that these casting directors either know exactly what they want, and they want the blonde who looks exactly like Margot Robbie, who is the girl next door, who whatever, or they have a vision of what they think they want, and if I'm simply just not that look. People have such different looks. I feel like I'm kind of more like the girl next door, then you have the edgy girl, then you have the strikingly beautiful girl, then you have the kind of unique alien looking beautiful girl. If they're casting for something and they want the more alien beautiful looking girl, I'm not gonna get that job. And that's okay. That's nothing personal. That's not anything that I could or should change about myself. It's just quite literally what they were looking for. I mean, think about it. It's the same as saying, we want a blonde. They want a blonde for this campaign. I walk in, I'm obviously not gonna get chosen. And that's not because I'm ugly. It's not because they don't like me. It's not because of anything. It's just sometimes you don't fit exactly what they want. So those lull periods are hard, but you just have to sit and wait and believe that the jobs that you want are gonna come for you. It's a very, very challenging, saturated industry, and it's all a waiting game. It is all a big waiting game. But the more positivity that you have and the more that you go into castings without putting so much pressure on them, I realize that the castings that I don't put pressure on are the ones that I feel confident and that I perform better in them. So just kind of taking a step back and realizing, you know what, what's gonna be is gonna be, and I don't have control over it. So whatever's gonna happen is gonna happen, and then you can be your truest, best self when you walk into that room, and everything kind of falls in from there. Okay, next. Okay, I get a lot of questions about periods and cycle syncing and losing your period. A, I am not the right person to talk on this because I am on birth control. I have been on birth control for like a long time, probably like 8 years. So I do not cycle sync my workout because my cycles are artificial. They don't really work. As for periods, I don't know. Everyone's like, I lost my period from under eating. I don't know, unfortunately. I think it's all going to be about balancing your body as a system. Obviously, the nurse in me sees the body as its systems in part and in whole. So I think it's a lot more than just gaining weight back if that was your problem. I think that there could be a lot of medical issues that I think you should see a provider about. And I also think that it's about your hormones, not just the hormones estrogen and progesterone, because a lot of people think the word hormones and they automatically assume periods, hormonal changes, whatever, but your cortisol levels. I think your entire endocrine system plays role into everything that your brain does, that your body does. So I'm not exactly the right person to talk on periods, and I wish I had more information for you guys, but as someone who has had an artificial period for the better part of 8 years, I don't really have full answers for that. But I wanted to acknowledge it because I do get that question a lot. How to maintain a healthy lifestyle in college / building healthy habits in college. I love this question because I went through every road in college. Freshman year, I was under eating. Sophomore year, I was over exercising. Junior year, I was overindulging, and senior year is where I figured it out. For me, everything I've already mentioned, it's all about balance. It's about not restricting anything and saying, okay, I'm gonna get in my workout in the morning, but I'm also gonna go out with my friends at night, and they're gonna order a pizza later, and I'm gonna have some of that pizza rather than going home to eat my rice cake, my peanut butter, my healthy cereal, because that's just like A, not gonna satisfy me, and B, make my cravings worse, and C, probably be more calories and worse for me and leave me feeling shittier than just like eating the sliced pizza. So for me, college was all about balance. It was spending the day doing things that felt good for my body and nourishing my body with all the balanced foods and paying attention to my balanced diet, but also knowing that it's college and it's the time to have fun and be my own person and spend my time with my friends and not put pressure on my body. When you leave college, that's the time to kind of, you can hone in on your health more. But when I was in college, I was really just like, this is my final year. I'm gonna do things that feel good. That's the key to everything. Honestly, my answer to all of these is do what feels good. Don't do what you think you need to do. Do what your body's telling you feels good. When I realized that I could listen to my body and it would tell me exactly what I needed to do, exercise-wise, food-wise, whatever, I can't tell you like how good it physically feels in your skin. You feel lighter, you're not retaining water, your stress levels are down, everything just falls right into place. My mental health was clear, everything was just clear the second that I took pressure off of everything and just leaned into paying attention to what my body wants and feels. So that's what I did in college. It was a big balancing game. I can go more into that, but I feel like I'm yapping already a lot, so we can talk about that a little bit more in other videos. How much cardio do you usually do? When it's nice out, I would say I like to go for a run probably 2 to 3 times a week. That's not for the sake of like, I need to get my cardio in. I just enjoy running as a form of exercise. I probably run between, I used to not be able to run more than 3 miles, and then in college I ran a half marathon, so now I can run a little bit more. I probably run an average of 4 to 6 miles on a good day when I do go for my runs. Right now I'm like lucky if I get in 1 run a week just because the weather's been so bad, but I do like to run once to twice a week, and then I always get my 10,000 steps. I live in New York City, so it's so easy for me to do that, but I do make it a priority because I enjoy steps, I enjoy getting fresh air. So I would say, yeah, running 2 times a week and then 10,000 steps-ish. Someone said, do you want to create modeling as a full-time job / career or something else? Great question that constantly sends me into an existential spiral. If you don't know, my plan was always to go to nursing school, become a nurse, and then become a nurse practitioner. And I really wanted to maybe open my own practice and be a general practitioner. But clearly things have shifted a little bit. I even thought when I moved here, like eventually I'd be going back to nursing school or nurse practitioner school. And now where I'm at, I've kind of just discovered that there's so many other outlets to the world and so many other ways to pursue my passion of healthcare, of biology, of helping people, maybe in a way that isn't necessarily nursing and doesn't require another 3-4 years of school. I think that I don't know exactly what I want to do. I love modeling. I don't think it's something that will be lucrative enough for me to make a full career for the rest of my life. I'm loving content creation. I think it's amazing. I think it's such an outlet for me of creativity, of being able to talk to you guys, kind of getting my fix of helping people in a different way than from when I was nursing, obviously, but still putting my healthcare knowledge into perspective and my nutrition. I really love nutrition and fitness. I would love to become a fitness coach, a one-on-one nutrition, full holistic / Western coach, or whatever it may be. I don't know what I want to do, and that's scary because I've always had a plan of what I wanted to do, and now I'm just like, I'm gonna ride the wave in New York, see what opportunities arise, kind of network and see what other people are doing and what I could be doing as well. And it's really inspiring to see how many doors there really are in this world. I feel like when I was living in Boston and in my hometown in Florida, it just felt like you go to college, you graduate, you get your job, you get married, and that's that. And being in New York, it's like there are so many paths to take and so many that you can have at multiple times. You can have multiple streams of income. You can be starting a business while also working your 9 to 5. You can be building your own personal brand while also using it to establish, you know, a newsletter, a blog, a workout studio, or whatever. So in the short term, I don't know. I'd love to be a fitness instructor. I'd love to be potentially a nutrition coach. I kind of want to make a business that revolves around all of that, where I can give nutrition and coaching advice for people who have struggled with eating issues like I have. So I don't know. I don't know where I want to be. I love modeling. I think it's amazing. I just, where I'm at right now, don't see it necessarily taking off for me in a way that it becomes a full-time career, but I would love for that to happen. But as of now, I'm just taking it day by day and enjoying the journey as I go. What's it like moving to New York City in terms of workout culture and staying happy in the cold? Staying happy in the cold is not easy. I would say forcing yourself out to do things every now and then is really important. Making plans with friends, still making it to your workout or whatever it is that you love to do, whether that's going out to eat with friends, getting your coffees, just layer up and just get outside and do it. That's what I had to learn the hard way, is it's not about looking cute, it's about staying warm and getting outside. I live in a 1-bedroom flex apartment, meaning we made a 1-bedroom into 2 bedrooms. So our living room has 0 natural light because the window is now my roommate's bedroom. So for me, who's home and kind of sits around and does work on my phone and my computer a lot, waits for modeling calls, it's really easy to go stir crazy with 0 natural light in my living room and avoiding the cold. I think it's so important to get out, just get out and do things. My mom would call me and be like, what are you up to today? I'm like, oh, I'm trying to go for a walk. I'm walking to meet this person. I'm going to do this. And she's like, in that cold? And I'm like, yeah, because if I don't, I will go crazy. So it's about forcing yourself to like do things that seem unappealing and seem like they'd make you unhappy, but in the long run, it really, getting around good people and also taking the time for yourself and having those cozy nights in, lighting the candle, kind of romanticizing those times in are really important too. But I think it's so crucial to get out in the winter. Just do it. Just put on your big boy pants. I literally would wear leggings under my jeans, 3 pairs of socks, a parka, whatever I had to do. I was like, I cannot sit in this apartment for the entirety of winter or I will go mad and be miserable and like not be okay. So that's really important. New York City in terms of workout culture, I like love it. I feel like everyone here has a very healthy mindset surrounding workouts. I find that people just love trying new workout classes, people like walking, people want to do coffee walks as like a girl date, people want to do workout classes as a girl date. I don't think really anyone that I've met is too strict in their workout regimes, which I feel like in college or in Florida or wherever I've been, it's been like, oh, I have to work out, or oh my God, I worked out and now I have to go for a run and now I have to whatever. I feel like in New York, it's just kind of a fun thing to do. It's social. It's for the girlies. It's a great way to meet friends. I've really enjoyed the workout culture here. There's not a lot of pressure on it. It's expensive as hell, but I do know a lot of people that do ClassPass. Obviously, I do Equinox, which I love. I get like all my classes through Equinox, and then I'm very lucky that I get to go to a lot of workout class events and I kind of meet people through that. But it's a really nice, lax culture here and a great way to meet friends and, you know, stay active. What are my favorite activewear brands? And denim brands. Okay, activewear brands, I love Form. You guys know I love Form. I love their workouts and I love their activewear. I do have some discount codes. Not sponsored. It's not sponsored. I just want to give my code to the girlies. So I'll leave discount codes here. But Form is amazing. They have really cute sets. They're really functional. They snatch you in. I've run in them. I've done Pilates in them. I've done kind of strength classes in them. They're really great all around functional. Free People Movement, I love. Great for running. Great for kind of yoga Pilates style workouts. Love that. Set Active, obviously a tried and true. One of my favorites. I have everything that I wear linked in my ShopMy as well. If you guys ever see a story post or a TikTok or whatever, just know that you can find my workout sets in my ShopMy. Lately, I've been loving Azure Fit. My friend works for their company and she sent me some pieces and they're amazing. They have really cute sports bras and sets, so I love that. I feel like, oh, Aloe. Obviously, I love Aloe. Their leggings were like my tried and true. Like I was a Lulu girl for years until I tried Aloe leggings and they've been some of my absolute favorites. I used to kind of stick to the very basic set, you know, like the leggings and the shiny sports bra with the crossback. But then I did a little partnership with them back for Black Friday and got to try new things, and all of their activewear is incredible. I love Aloe. I'm definitely probably forgetting others and I'll list them here if I do. Insert the names. Oh, now onto denim. Oh, denim has been, I'm wearing jeans right now. I don't know if you can see. Denim has been a little bit of an enemy for me for years because I grew up having like very wide hips and like kind of a smaller waist, so nothing ever fit me right. I'm also tall. I'm almost 5'10", so that doesn't help. But let me tell you, my favorite jeans are Zara. Their sizing is always janky. None of their jeans go right size to size, but when you find the right size in that set style, chef's kiss. So my favorite jeans are Zara. These are from Naked, NA-KD. Love Naked. I have these in dark blue and I also have them in black. They're amazing. A lot of people love Abercrombie jeans. I don't love a super high rise. I have a really long torso. It's super high rise to me, like cuts me off weird, but Abercrombie jeans are really high quality and amazing. But I think literally my go-to are Zara and Naked. Just keep it cheap and simple. Okay. How you got into social media / what that journey has been like, especially from being a nurse / any tips. I might make this my last question because I am just yapping about. But I love this one because to me this was like such a journey. I literally got into social media because a girl in my nursing school class in college was doing it. She was a nursing content creator. She still is. She's the best. Her name's Tia. I love that girl. But it was really fun watching Tia kind of do it. She was the first real content creator I knew that had like 100,000 followers and was doing it, was doing brand deals and that kind of stuff. And her and I got close in nursing school. And I was just like, that's so fun of her. Like, she's kind of a sneaky, no one really knows about it. And then when they find out about it, it's cool and she's making some money off of it and whatever. And I was like, that's so fun. And I've always wanted to be something in this industry, whether it's modeling, acting, whatever. And my parents have always said, you should be an influencer growing up in high school. And I was like, yeah, that's not for me. And it wasn't for me at the time because I was incredibly insecure and cared immensely about what everybody thought. That would not have worked out so well for me at the time, but now I'm in a better place. Anyway, so I decided, she was passionate about nursing, obviously, as I was, but I was like, that's not my brand. I feel like my brand isn't me as a nurse. What do I love and what do I want to share with the world? And that was when I was like, health and fitness. I had just kind of, but at the time I had just kind of found my place, found my journey, was kind of establishing my relationship with food and exercise and healing, whatever it was that I needed to heal. And so I just slowly started sharing some of my tips, some of the things I learned on how I stopped overeating, some of the things I learned about nutrition and listening to my body and intuitive eating. And then I started sharing my week of workouts, and I was doing it very slowly. I was posting like once a week in college. And then I had some time off between college and starting my nursing career. And so during that summer, I was studying for my NCLEX, my nursing exam, while also still caring about my exercise and whatever. And I was like, this is a fun hobby. I was living at home for the entire summer. I was gonna move to Boston. So I was like, let's ramp this up and post, you know, a few times a week. And I was posting my workouts, and I was continuing with my what I eat in a days and my balanced lifestyle, my recipes. It kind of just started snowballing from there. I moved to Boston. I started working as a full-time nurse, and I was like, you know what, this is a fun outlet. And I started a little bit getting some traction and getting some brand deals. So I was like, let's keep this up and see what this can turn into. And again, it's just something fun that keeps me sane, and it's also maybe could turn into another second stream of income, which I was starting to notice, but it was not anything significant by any means. And then when I had like 20,000 followers on TikTok, I got approached by a management team who said, hey, we're new, we're a startup, but we want to manage talent. And I was like, I'm a full-time nurse, I don't know what the hell I'm doing, so sure, bim bam, why not? What do I have to lose? Like, you handle all my brand deals, you can, maybe I can learn some things. So I signed on with them at like 20,000 followers, and they just helped me skyrocket and really understand the ins and outs of the business side of content creation, which has been so fun. I will say, while I was nursing, it was a lot of work. It was like I was working night shifts, I was exhausted, I was whatever, and I was still had this, I want to post at least 3 times a week. So I would literally schedule into my calendar, this is a film day, this is what I'm filming on this day, this is what I'm filming on this day, so this one will be edited here and posted here, just so I could keep up with that schedule and make sure that I'm not slacking, because I find that consistency is absolutely key. I tell anyone looking to get into content creation, consistency, consistency, consistency will be the most crucial factor. If you post and have one big blow up and then you don't post again for another 2 weeks, the algorithm's not going to push you, your followers aren't going to remember who you are. Consistency builds kind of a relationship between you and your audience, which is what I love. People kind of know where I'm at, people know what I like to do, what I like to eat, my favorite recipes. I can reference things I did in other videos. So started doing that. Nursing world, it was kind of weird because no one really knew that I did it, and then when people found out, it was like, oh, Alex the influencer. So that kind of was a little, I never told people that I was on TikTok ever. I would only ever acknowledge it if they found me. I wouldn't sync my contacts to my TikTok because I didn't want anyone in my personal life to know. That's why my TikTok handle is different than my Instagram handle, because when I first started, I was like, I don't want people to be able to find me that easily. That's why it's Alex Rose. It's pretty ambiguous. There's a million Alex Roses in this world. So that's kind of how I got started, and then it just kind of took off and established and snowballed from there. I started learning more the business side of it. I started making friends. I started getting, you know, my face in front of different brands and being able to do brand deals. And then when I moved to New York to model full time, that was really why I came here. I did not come here to quit my job and be an influencer. I wanted to focus on modeling full time, but knowing that I had TikTok and social media on the side has been amazing. It A, keeps me busy, it B, gives me another source of income, and C, again, is my creative outlet in a world that is hard and superficial. I feel hopefully that my content is grounding, and I find that I can be introspective and grounding, and it's kind of therapeutic for me, and I get a lot of amazing, incredible messages. I read every message, every DM. If I don't respond to it, it's because I'm either trying to like cultivate a response that I find you deserve, or I'm just crying over it, because I get so many amazing comments and messages. And just know, I read every single one of them. I hear every single one of you. If I've helped you eat lunch that day, or I helped you figure out a workout for the day, or told you that it's okay to go eat french fries, or if you ate french fries last night, it's okay to not go for a 10-mile run this morning, I love you. Thank you for telling me these things. Feel free to tell me your stories anytime. If you need to get something off your chest, if you want to hear things, that's my favorite part about the social media journey, is establishing relationships with y'all. And the fact that I even have 1, 2, 5, 10 people supporting me, thank you. I see you. I love you. I do not do this for the mega audience. I do this for the relationship that I have with you. So don't think that I'm trying to speak to the masses, speaking to the people who want to hear it and need to hear it. So that being said, I guess that's probably a good segue to wrap up, but that's how I got started in my social media journey. And I hope this gave you a little bit of insight into, you know, some health and nutrition understandings. I hope that I answered some of your questions in a good way. I know I ramble a lot. Maybe I should start a podcast, because then I can just ramble and not worry about it. But I love you guys. I'm happy that you're here. I will do another Q&A because I feel like I wasn't able to get into the nitty-gritty of everything. Maybe I'll do separate Q&As, like one about health and fitness and food, one about modeling, one about content creation, whatever it is. But I hope this answered some of your questions. If you have any more questions, follow-ups about anything I talked about here, feel free to comment below, message me, find me on TikTok. I answer a lot there. I yap a lot on TikTok as well. So I love you guys. I'll leave all my socials here and in the bio as always. I'll leave the links of my shop my. I'm so happy you're here. Thank you for listening to me ramble. Thank you for asking some of the most fabulous questions. I love you, and always remember, it's not healthy if it's not bringing you joy. You guys are the best, and I'll see you next week. I love you.